So, speaking of TikTok, we did a video where talking about my favorite game, and I was talking about Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time as my favorite game. Talking about the theory on Majora's Mask Stone Tower and how important it was. So we are going to be checking it out together, and I'm actually really excited. We're going to Zeldapedia. There's another one that's really good, but I don't know where it is. So yeah, we're going to be going for this one. The search goes about the location. We're going to skip that. To return to true light to this land, we must seal the doors of stone towers where the winds of darkness blow through. But stone towers is an impenetrable stronghold. A soldier from my kingdom will never be able to topple it. So again, this is the king of Ikana. Stone Tower is a location in the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. We're just gonna be reading, so if you want to read along, or if you don't want to hear me talk, press mute and just read along. I'm gonna help you out. Stand to the east of the abandoned kingdom of Ikana, Link must climb the tower in order to reach the entrance to the Stone Tower Temple, the game Fort Dungeon. Arguably one of the best dungeons too. I do like the it's weird. I think every single fuck. I think every single Majora's Mask temple is good except for the water temple. Fucking water temple. Fucking water dungeon. Fucking water dungeon. Is easily the largest crafted object in Termina. The height being surpassed by only the mountain of Snowhead. It is multiple times taller than the clock tower. Has countless holes in the surface, which could be windows through which boulders fall. The interior is a huge vertical shaft with floating blocks, which move when a certain switch is pressed. The black abyss below the first level imply that there's many sub-level. There are many platforms into which links. Okay, that's not super interesting, right? That's not history. Ha! Can we skip to history right away? Got 11% batteries. I need to do it. It is an unknown why Stealth Tower was built and why by whom. Considering the puzzle and school world, it might have been a hideout or military quarter for a long time ago. I've been the base of the Garros, since the Lido spirit is found lurking in the temple. However, according to Pamela's father, the Garros are spies from the enemy nation, which implied they came from further away. Not that created the tower, even if they made use of it. Egos, egos to Ikana, which is egos from Ikana, state so tower is an incredible stronghold, not 100 of my words could topple it. I also thought it was like Ikana that did it. That's weird, implying that the if anytime you try to climb it, possibly to their death. But if so, it's puzzling why they would build a huge castle so near the enemy stronghold and not something simpler. Another theory is the tower might have been built by the fort giants. That could be it. That could be it. Since it would have been extremely difficult for men to build such a massive and complex structure without modern construction equipment or magic. The tower also refers to the Triforce. After inverting the tower, the floating stone Link can jump across had the Triforce at the bottom. The face. Okay, so that's a cool thing. So basically, you have the stone, right, where you can move on, and their faces, and they have their tongue, and they're licking the Triforce. So you have the tongue, the Triforce, and the butt crack, which in the other version, which was better, is a constant fuck you to the. I feel like the other one is better. Okay, give me a sec. we actually we actually found the right article, so I think it's better. I'm sorry, Zeldapedia, but it's better. So that White Term was Doom. Shigeru Miyamoto once stated in a Nintendo Power interview that the Zelda team primary goal for Majora's Mask was to present something which is very mysterious. They did a good job. Again, we're reading. The game invites players to act as detectives to investigate the secret of trouble, Bill of Termina, which is the Bomber's book, and of Termina itself, and to heal them in the end. To the central story of Trouble Imp using a cursed mask how to cause the moon to crash into Termina may seem fairly straightforward. Many subtle details in the game add layers of darkness to extremely complex tale. One example would be the implicit story of the Deku Butler's son. Upon being transformed into Deku Scrub, then you find a strange tree that represents its present shape and seems to be crying. Link meets the Deku Butler, who is reminded of his absent son when he sees Link, Deku's Scrub form. At the end of the game, the Deku Butler is seen crying before a strange tree. It's a good article, but you have to play the game to understand. So this is very niche. It's seen crying. Sorry, I have this wound and it hurts. um, to the game never bluntly states. It's clear that Majora Mask forced Link into this deku form by sending the soul of the Deku Butler's son, leaving an enigmatic tree in its place. Well, I was recently playing Majora's Mask and noticed a number of subtle details that seem to penetrate the mystery of the game, and led me to the shocking discovery to me that the moon might not be falling just because the action of Skull Kid. As his name implies, the world tournament eventually had been destined to end. Yeah, that's what I said in my video too. To end ever since the early days of its arc history. Full detail in the game indicate that the evil act of Terminator people had brought about the impending apocalypse. It all tied to the Stone Tower. Ooh, that could be cool. People have noticed and dismissed the fact that the image of the sacred Triforce can be seen on the tongue of the statue that lined the path of Eastern Termina. Oh, that is so cool. That's so cool. And no one seemed to worship. And even one of them or even know them. So the Triforce design seemed like a sort of weird joke snippet by some random like Nintendo. Considering how complex and mysterious this game is, such details should not be overlooked so quickly. Termina might not be part of the world of Hyrule, but the goddess are most certainly not a non-entity in Termina. In Hyrule, Zelda prayed to the goddess of time, asking her to be there for Link, and while Link was in Termina, the goddess of time came to his aid, again and again. Which is true, and makes this is really well written. The same goddess watch over both Hyrule and Termina. The goddess of time is another title for the goddess of wisdom, Nairu, which is Temple of Age or the Temple of Season. I think it's Age, but I'm not sure. According to Ocarina of Time, Nairu created the natural law of the universe, which should include time. Actually, the color blue shades with both time travel and Nairu. Masha didn't mention Nairu by her name for the same reason every name was never mentioned. People who haven't played Ocarina of Time wouldn't be familiar with those names. Those names were so vital. They I'm so sorry. I'm tired, so it's harder to read. To the story that they make a bunch of exposition about Ocarina's story is necessary. I should be sleeping. I should be sleeping for 2 hours now. Let's fuck it. People who had played Ocarina should be able to understand which character Majora's good. People when played Ocarina wouldn't be familiar with those names. Those people who had played Ocarina of Time should be able to understand what character Majora's was referring to. People who hadn't played Ocarina would still be able to appreciate the story without getting these references. But I feel like it's complicated. The story begins when Ocarina of Time ends, right? So it's similar. Then you find Capital Gaibo in the swamp. The whole mention that the land of Termina is destined to fade. Was that just an significant comment, or had Termina actually been marked for destruction long before Skull Kid found the Majora's Mask? If the goddess are indeed watching for Termina, does it have such a dark fate? Wow, this is interesting. Because we know about the war, but I knew about the Majora side of thing, and not the Ocarina of Time side of thing. And he does seem to be focusing more on Hyrule than Termina. The answer is seen that is the ancient people of Termina as rejected the goddess. The statue leading to the stone tower show licking the Triforce, kind of blasphemy. And the stone tower, the slander against a goddess is far more obscene and terrible. So this is what she's seeing. Okay, got the booty. The Triforce can be seen again hidden on the bottom of the floating blocks. In order to enter temple, each block depicts a naked creature sitting and sticking its tongue between its leg, where it's licking the Triforce. Wow, that's so cool. But if that's the giant that created that could be meaning that the giant were behind the hatred. On the top of the stone tower, the temple entrance is surrounded by 4 pillars, rather phallic, full penis. Next to one of them, there's an enormous burning hand pointing toward the heaven. So then I sure seem to be sending a certain implicit message. Fuck you. Which is this one. Fuck you, goddesses. This of course begs the question, why would the ancient Terminian, the goddess, when the goddess created Termina, created 4 guardians this deity to shape the corner of the world, like its people, the giants, are similar to great Deku Tree. They're mystical and benevolent. They watch over race and people, and can be overthrown by more potent being. It's weird because since the Deku Tree died so early on, it doesn't feel like he's strong, but he should be strong because he took care of the Kokiri forest, he took care of the Kokiri, the sacred temple. Only in Termina history, the giants save the people from the chaos Skull Kid wreaked upon them. The people respond by worshipping the giant as god. Afterward, perhaps the goddess made themselves known and offered to make a covenant that not choose the Triforce, as they had done with Hyrule. The Triforce design indicate that the ancient people had knowledge of the Triforce. The determinant had been discussed by the notion that some female being could be greater than their four beloved male giants, which a lot of people say that's why their penis, their phallic shape tower. Why they built four giant pillars representing part of the male body seen out toward the goddess. But was the stone tower simply built as a testament of the people rejecting of the goddess? Right now, the tower was built for even more twisted reason. In the first one, the temple, for example, wow, I didn't know that. This is interesting. It's visible far overhead, concealed by the inverted pathway above. Another share the design of the portal of Twin Mold's lair, or the glowing light that appears when Link break Ikana curse. See that Nintendo placed it there intentionally rather than letting it slip. My theory is that the portal will lead to the realm of the goddess, and the stone tower is perhaps built as a stairway. Then it's sort of tower babbled. Yeah, we know about that. We talked about it. Instead, the temple Link find a giant mask which contained tremendous power. It's clearly established in the story. Ancient grandmother tells us ancient people of Terra love the giants. Significance of the giant mask, it seems as if create as an homage to the giant. Initially, the four phallic pillar outside the temple indicate that Terminant believed that the giants were superior to the goddess. That I knew. So that's very similar to the last one, to the last article. These details seem to be suggest that the builder of the Soul Tower intended to invade the heavens and use the power of the giant to slay the goddess. Whether wicked people who build a tower, there is that information to be sure, because how the deepest room of the temple, Links find the leader of the bloodthirsty Garo tribe wearing things for him. The Garo Master also wear a mask that is shaped similarly to the giant mask. I would have liked a picture of the giant mask, or the Garo mask. Right after the builder intent to wage war against the goddess, it seemed pretty clear that the stone of tower was a wicked monument. Goddess were obligated to act, so they flipped the universe upside down. Thanks to the arrow, to flip the reverse, Link need to shoot a light arrow to the stone tower emblem. Garo Master described as being bloodstained. The Garo Master guarded the light arrows. Now the light arrow is a divine weapon meant to smite the wicked. It was given by Link by Zelda herself. What would it be doing lying in the most corrupted corner of Termina? Wow, this is nice, bro. I would guess the goddess sent the light arrows there so that they would smite the wicked. Bloodstained emblem of the stone tower perhaps signified the evil arrogance of this architect. When the light of justice shine upon it, it caused justice to be done to those corrupted tower. The builder of the stone tower had been seeking the heaven when the reverse was flipped, so it seemed they found a sort of hell instead, on a desert realm. According to the masked salesman, the ancient tribe that first used Majora's Mask eventually sealed the artifact away, thinking that the havoc it would wreak upon them. At the end of the game, when Link is pulled through the moon into the surreal universe, tribe was the one the salesman referred to. No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think it's a Twilight. Considering how the realm seemed to be polar opposite from the desert realm where Link fought White Twin Mold, Shin tribe was sealed Majora's Mask in that desert, hoping it would never be found, but it was. The architects of the Stone Tower found Majora's Mask. They built the tower where one with a mask image. They brought the mask back into the world, and so it seemed that the goddess punishment to wicked people by allowing destructive demon to escape into their world. It is worth pointing out that Majora seemed to be a female demon. Okay, cool. No way is there for the goddess to punish these people obsessed with their male god and to leash Shashvin. Okay, I like the poetic aspect of it. If it wasn't poetic, I wouldn't be agreeing, but I like it. In addition to Majora's screaming and dancing, Majora's masked body seemed to be resemble breast and ovary. But I've often been weirded out by those marking. I don't remember that. The story probably I was young though. Probably seemed far fetched, but there's actually evidence that prove that Majora's Mask when she did the tower in the first room of the stone tower temple. Statue of the formed face sticking its tongue out. The temple is flipped upside down. That statue resembles Majora's Mask. It has two enormous horns above his eyes, horn on the side of his face. They're shaped like a heart. Until the bottom is missing. Yeah, it does really look like Majora's Mask. It was incomplete because the part is broken off. Only is the horn broken, part of the Stone Tower's emblem appeared on the statue. The rest of the emblem is gone. Wow. Strangely, each of the statue only has two horns on each side, while Majora's Mask has four. The door above the statue leads directly to the desert. The statue is essentially the gateway to the desert. I like that. This is a lot of work went into this. And in the desert that their monuments depicting Majora's Mask, they show the mask with that seemed to be nose and mouth, and only the two full-size horn on each side of the face. The Appy Mask salesmen know that the story of the ancient tribe that has sealed Majora's Mask very closely resemble the children in the Moon World. Yeah, it does resemble it. If you look at the children in the Moon World without a mask, they look like the salesman. I should be sleeping. If some sort of connection to them, perhaps he sensed that the evil mask has escaped its prison. Went free to wreak havoc upon this unfortunate world. So maybe he went there to save the Termina. But we saw him in Iroh, so how do you explain that? Well, we're gonna have to be darker, guys. I'm sorry. It's closely resemble the children in the Moon World. Present that tribe. If he has some sort of connection to them, okay. He set out on a journey to find the whereabouts of the mask and was successful. He brought it out of Termina and into Iroh. The role favored the goddess, but the Majora Mask power was not meant to be unleashed in Iroh. So Fate led Skull Kid to seal the mask just then and bring it back to Termina, finally setting the apocalypse event in motion. Let's see how much I have left. Okay, I'll be able to do it. Termina was being torn apart by by the power of the mask. The goddess took pity. Okay, so we're able to do that. Perfect. Took pity of the world that was so desperately in need of healing, and as it see, Link the Hero of Time also seemed to be in need of healing after the ordeal of Ocarina of Time. Oh, this is poetic. So a lonely outcast is spread searching for his beloved and valuable friend, between being an alien amongst creating a child of an adult body. From the people around him, Link Adventure in Termina finally allowed him to overcome his loneliness and fully mature by easing the private sorrow and troubling of the people around him. Well, that's beautiful. Seeing their heartfelt gratitude in the form of mask, a Link was healed. He also healing Termina so that this thing could be changed. I also believe. Okay, wait. I just have to charge the phone. Right, I just have to charge the phone. I want to finish it. At least we'll finish. Not gonna be the best position, but hey, fuck it. What you gonna do? Come on, Link. You got time. You got time. You got time. You're good. You're good. I'm sorry about the position. I can't do shit about it. We're at 1%, baby. Because without the aid of the goddess of time, it would have failed. I also believe that Link wasn't working against the goddess by saving the doomed world. So without the aid of the goddess of time, he would have failed. Now the moon is cast back into the heaven, and a luminous rainbow appeared all over Termina. That as a sign from the goddess that they would have forgiven that world. I prefer the first version that I saw. It was perfect. Today, some speculation probably inaccurate. Convinced that there are indeed more layers to the story of Majora's Mask than the one that most people have noticed. Bear this in mind as you play Twilight Princess in the upcoming week. We'll gently overlook displays a Triforce marking Termina and the image of Majora's for a variety of reasons. Whether or not you believe Zelda game could have tale this complex, certain details deserve serious consideration. There's always a chance that they are meant to hint at something deeper. Is there some? It's so cool. That is so cool. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay. They sleep a little bit. I need to sleep for 6 hours minimum. But if I do, it's 12. It's 11 o'clock. I have till 10 o'clock for the tournament. And these rocks. Hmm.
ザ・エンド行くぞおい死んじゃうよ
歪んでる世界に興味はない。
終わりだ。グールにあの世はね
そんな風にしないで。
開けとけ。
南も手伝いたい。
はい。
そんな風にしないで。そんな風にしないで。
おい。
南も手伝いたい。
グールにあの世はね
そんな風にしないで。
おとなしく当たって死ねや。すまない。
そんな風にしないで。南も手伝いたい。そんな風にしないで。
おい。
南も手伝いたい。
Good.
開けとけ。グールにあの世はね
そんな風にしないで。
終わりだ。
南も手伝いたい。
おい。
そんな風にしないで。南も手伝いたい。
開けとけ。終わりだ。
お母さん。
終わりだ。
Perfect. So I'm gonna be ending here, guys, because I need to sleep. But I love you. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon.